Hey everyone, welcome back to our third episode of PPIC, also known as Paranormal Partners in Crime. My name is Dee, and I'm here with my mom. What's your name?
Mom, Kathy.
You know what? That's such a kid thing to say. What's your name? What's your mom's name?
Mom.
Mom. um, today's episode, we're actually going to talk about yes, our family homes. But I realized after like about midway last episode, I never said anything about my gifts. My mom talked about her gifts. We talked about some of the other family gifts. And so my current gifts, I will say, I've been like, what is it? Like, gotta catch them all, Pokemon and gifts over here. As soon as someone says they don't want one, I'm like, ooh, I'll take one. I'll take it in the hat of gifts that are being thrown back. But it's so random. You just never know which ones you're going to get. But for me, I want to say like my first gift was probably dreaming.
Mm-hmm.
I want to
It
say I've been
was.
doing that the longest. Yeah. But it was only in 2020 that I started writing my dreams down. I was talking to my homeboy recently. It's the homeboy who has a praying father.
Yes.
I was talking to.
Yes.
I made a joke. I said, tell your father don't pray for our friendship. So we don't need that now.
Because you know he is for real.
That's a praying man right there. So since 2025, I've been recording my dreams. So like I'll wake up. Oh, you can't even see it. This blur filter is good. Okay, let me take the blur filter off because it's doing a lot. Y'all gonna see my room. It's not dirty, but it's not clean. It's not. It's not dirty, but it's not clean. I did all my laundry. So you'll see. But here is where I am. 1,132 is where I'm at now. You see the number? You can't even see the number. There we go. So I'm staying honest. And so typically when I'm not slacking in life, what I'll do is I'll wake up and I'll be like, all right, so here's the dream I just woke up from. So you'll hear me talking to myself very conversationally to the point where I'm just like, girl, you'll know what it is. Don't worry. Because I know I'm talking to a future Danielle. Because what happens is I'll have dreams and they'll be wild. And I'll be telling my mom, like, Mom, here's the dream I had. And I'd be like, so what had happened was, and she'd be like, girl, what does this even mean? I'm like, Ma, I don't know yet, but talk to me in a few weeks or a year. And my therapist and I actually goes through them as well, and we'll reflect on them because when the knowledge kicks in, like when I get the download from the spirit team and I know what it means, like nothing has ever been so clear. And it'll be the most random dreams. Like I'll speak different languages in my dreams and completely know the language. And then I'll like wake up and look up words and be like, oh, that's a real thing. Okay, so there's that. I also am a songwriter, which is funny because I'm the only woman in our family who
That is
is not a
not
natural singer.
sweet. Stop
Who's
it.
not a natural singer. I'll say that. Y'all didn't have to try. Y'all just woke up one day and was like pipes of gold. Um, but in my dream, in my dreams, uh, I will hear a song, and so I'll wake up to see if the song exists. And most of the time it doesn't. So I'll just write the song. But it's so funny because sometimes my dream guides won't let me have a song. So I'll be trying to wake up like, oh, the moment I wake up, I'm gonna write it down. So they'll take me to like the in between and I'll think I'm up, but then I'll be like, y'all ain't fooling nobody. I'm not really up. So by the time I wake up, the song is gone. They're like, you can't have that one. You can't have it. So
It's gone.
I know, and I'll be so mad, but like there'll be some of the songs I've written. Um, I like it because it's the soundtrack of a dream. And another thing that happens is I will have like an actual song be a soundtrack in a dream. And so what I'll do is I have a whole little category that's called FS, meaning first songs.
Mm-hmm.
And so like this night on October 31st, which is Halloween, Snake Bite by Alice Cooper was the song that I had. And I was like, okay, let's do that. But like a lot of times my spirit team will be like, okay, you need this stream from this date, but this song from that date, and that'll be the message. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I really like that. They give me actual important dates to remember. Um, And so my mom also, because of this, is like thinking I'm Daniel from the Bible, and she'll be like, "Hey, I'm at work with my other friend here. She had some dreams last night. Here's my daughter. She gonna interpret for you. That's it. There's no warm up to it. Hey, ma, how you doing? Hey, baby, here, interpret this dream real quick.
Oh
I'm like,
my
all right,
God.
that's it.
Wait a
Bye.
minute. You remember that day I was signing in to get my mammogram done, and the girl just started talking. Listen, that has to be a gift too. People just come up and start telling or come up and tell me things. I'd be like, I don't even know you like that. But anyway, so she was talking to me, and I said, and she was like, and this dream was this and this dream. I said, you know what, let me call my daughter. And wait a minute, and you end up getting something done from somebody in Orlando that knew it was just crazy how everything connected. But anyway, I thought it was cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but I love it because even my friends, they'll be like, hey, so I had this dream, and I know you know what it means. So I love that. And it is so funny because I don't realize how wild my dreams are until I tell somebody about it. So, like the other night, 2 nights ago, I had a dream where I was murdered 5 times by this same woman, but she was trying to teach me how to outsmart her. And so by the time, and I wasn't even me, I was a guy, and she murdered me and my girlfriend. By the time I was able to finally like murder her and get away, she rode off on a horse. Like I shot her several times. She rode off on a horse as I was driving away in her truck. And she was like, that's how you do it. Ma'am, that's a dream.
That's
I
what
woke
you
up,
put me through.
yeah, I woke up exhausted, but like, but I killed her though. But I killed her.
Yeah.
I
I
finally
would have been
did.
like, I'm exhausted.
I woke up so tired, but like I was like, but I did that. It took 5 times, but I did it. So
That is crazy.
that's probably my most used gift. One of the gifts that I got recently back in 2020 was astral projection. And so what I did was um when it first started kicking in, it was one of the cool ones because I don't know if any of y'all astral project, but your whole body gets involved. Like literally your whole body vibrates when your soul is about to leave and go somewhere. So I took note of all the, and I ask a lot of questions even to my spirit team. They hate to see me coming. They'd be like, "Can y'all give her somebody else?" Because the moment I start leaping, I'm like, "Ooh, where am I going? What do I need to know? What am I gonna see?" And so like, so I won't ask so many questions. What they'll do is they'll bring me up. If I'm on Earth, I'm going somewhere on Earth. They'll bring me up so I can see Earth, and then they'll like put me down so I can see where I'm going on the map. But I didn't know I was stupid until Mom, don't joke. Don't joke, Mom. Ma, you good?
You didn't know you were what?
I didn't know I was stupid until this moment. Okay. So they
Oh my gosh.
wait, Ma.
Only you, Danielle. I'm sorry, but only you would.
So my spirit team is showing me something. And they're telling me your soul is from Andromeda. I'm like, Andromeda? Is that a planet?
Is that a name?
Okay, so Ma, you would have been right there with me asking questions that they said, no, idiot. It's a galaxy.
Is it? Really?
It is a galaxy. Yes. And so they actually showed me the galaxy. But I was like, girl, you know this was not a planet when you looked at it. You see the other planets in the galaxy. Why are you asking these dumb questions to these people? Why? And so I felt stupid. They have such an attitude sometimes, but they try to be so patient. But I remember when I was first going into astral projecting, we have a family member who's afraid to travel, but astral projects. And they was like, I don't want
Yeah.
this. And I was like, I'll take it.
I take it.
Yeah, I was like, I'll take it. And so my spirit team takes me through like the in between of like consciousness, unconsciousness, whether I'm meditating or dreaming. And they will teach me how to use the thing properly. And so I was meditating, and this is again, they make me feel so dumb, and I promise I'm smart. But I was meditating, and it was like I was in Zoom, but it was like a whole bunch of like TVs, like black and white TVs, and we were all like tuning in for class. And the teacher
Okay.
goes, "Hey, can you hear me?" And I said, "Yeah." She's like, "Hey, can you hear me?" And I was like, "Yeah, I can hear you." And then she said, "I forgot when I come down here, the reception is bad." Immediately, I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm in hell. Get me out of the dream. Get me out of it." So I'm trying to get out. And I'm like, "Girl, you are in the 3D." She meant when she comes from the 5D to the 3D, it's hard to hear. And so I was like, so I was embarrassed. But like by no one was there but me, right? And so I went back and she found me in a dream because I have the same teachers who are astral projecting. She found me in a dream and she started a setup. She's like, maybe this will be more your speed. I said, not her
Oh,
thinking I'm remedial. So, but
stop
she
it.
wasn't lying. It was definitely more my speed.
Listen,
So,
she was probably like, this is supposed to be her mama. I'm helping with the extra stuff.
like this is so and so there's this other time when I got a new dream guide because as I progress and understanding my dreams more, I'll get a different guide. And with my new dream guide, um, I knew it was a different guide because one, the dream is different. I can eat in my dream, I can smell in my dream, I can fully feel my senses in my dream. So all of that, right? And then on top of that, in my dreams, I get to speak with the people in our family who passed on. So great conversations. I know it's them. This particular dream, I was in our family home, which is where like my dream has the family home and the trailer are typically the two places. So grandma and granddaddy house and the trailer are typically my go-to places.
Mhm.
But I was in grandma and granddaddy house. And grandma and granddaddy were there, but it wasn't them. It wasn't like the real them.
Well, who was it?
It was just archetypes of them. And I knew it wasn't the real them. Archetypes is like things that look like them, but it's like a symbol of them, but it wasn't really them.
Is it scary? Are they
No, they're
scary?
like non-player characters. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right.
So it was
Yes.
like the NPCs. So yeah, think of them as NPCs. And I was so heated and so hurt that I woke up crying and just like fussing at my spirit team. And I was like, we don't do that here. If they're in the dream, it's because it's really them. And I'm going on and on and on, right? And
Okay.
then the new spirit person says, but it's funny, I was able to show you in one night what your guide has been trying to show you for 5 years. And I was like, okay, keep going. You good. You good. You good. Just immediately humbled. Immediately humbled.
You
Immediately.
good? You good? I can see you. You good? Okay.
I
That
was
was a
so
dumb.
mad.
Hey,
But
that was a dumb question. All
that was
right.
it was who am I to think? So like I will definitely say my guides do such a great job of showing me things. And sometimes it like literally it will take a year. But when all the pieces come together, and that's why I like to have my dream journal because I'm literally talking through as it's coming to me and I will look up information and come back and stuff like that. So I think my dreaming is the one I use the most. Astral projecting. So the first time I got really into it was 2020. And so what I did is I went to all these different places astrally. And then in 2021, I traveled to most of the places in real life. And then in 2025, I went to some more of the places. Bali was the one that had been calling me. And I'm a firm believer, like your body and your soul needs energy from certain places in order to like grow spiritually. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
So, and even like different people, because we all leave like energy signatures wherever we go. Shout out to, I hope
Right.
everyone in Bangkok is okay because the earthquake.
Yes, I heard about that.
The places I stayed at, all messed
Mm,
up.
I know. I was just like, oh my. See, now you think I would have been? I was crazy before in North Carolina. Oh, it would have been over.
Like the people who almost became the third wife of, they said they were in their home and the walls were breaking as they were in their homes. And so they had to evacuate and they own 17 condos in that area.
Oh my
All
God.
those towers are completely cracked. And yeah, I'm like, y'all not gonna be able to get back in them because it's like 26 floors.
Oh my
And
God.
so yeah, they're cracked at the bottom. So everything up top is gotta come down. So, but they said they have insurance, so they're not worried about it. But sorry. So yeah, so I'm a firm believer that the energy wherever you go, it's like your body consumes some of that energy, but you also leave a little
Mm-hmm.
bit of your own.
Mm-hmm.
So then that brings me to my other gift and it's something I've been using a lot longer than 2020, and that's being able to feel out the energy in the space. Homes in particular, people, those are my jam. My parents have a fetish for going to homes they're not going to buy and then imagining their lives there. And so they say, hey, baby, can you come with us to see this house? They're not going to buy the house. I know they're not going to buy the house. They know they're not going to buy the house. The
And
realtor
why
does
would you
not know they're
say
not going to
that?
buy the house.
Why you say that?
But how many homes have y'all seen in person? Walk through these people's homes, knowing good and well y'all live in a whole house right now.
Okay, but when I walked through when we bought this house, we walked through about five. And you know how your feeling is like this ain't it.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't it. And this house, my husband was like, "No, I don't want to live." You know, he just seen the pictures and I was like, "There's let's just go there. Let's just go there. Let's just go there."
Mm-hmm.
And so, because we were about to leave the realtor because we had looked at all these houses, and I was like, no, I just I didn't feel home. You know,
Mm-hmm.
even though they were really good deals, it was on a decent piece of property. It was a nice, but it just didn't feel like home. We pulled up in the yard, and it's like, look, you could call it spirit guide, you could call it answer, you could call it whatever you want to, Jesus, God. But when I pulled up, my mind
It felt
said,
like home.
when I pulled up it's like my mind said, this is home. This
Mm-hmm.
is home. And then when I stepped in it, like they were in the living room, I walked all the way back to the bedroom where our bedroom, and I was just like, this is it. This is
But
this,
Ma,
what?
the first house we own, you did not see home there.
Nope, I
But
sure
wasn't
did
it
not.
home?
It
Wasn't
was
it home?
beautiful. It was beautiful. It was.
Mm-hmm.
But
It was
see,
beautiful. It felt warm. The energy was
yes,
immaculate. Yeah.
yes. But I didn't see that when I saw um wood floors and toe up stuff and holes
Because
in the
they
wall.
took the tile, they
Yes,
took all of the blinds, and they was like, we taking everything. They was
yes,
repossessing random stuff that I never knew
yes.
people would like be like, I'm taking this with me if I gotta leave. Like,
Ye- ex-
niggas, how y'all taking the flooring and everything?
Listen, it did not feel warm at all. Remember I cried?
It was violated. And that's
Yes.
what was wrong.
Remember I cried. I was like, "Why always have to get other people's shit?"
Mm-hmm. But look, that
And
home had so many great memories.
and my husband was like, "We'll make it our own. I promise." And I was just like, "This is gonna just be horrible. This is
Because
just
okay, so for the people at home, my dad, hopefully he'll never see this, but prior to recently, my dad was not a fixer upper energy. He would attempt it, and then we would call our friends and our
yes,
uncle, who would
yes,
be the let's fix it now that he's tried it.
yes." Let me close the door. Hold on.
He must be home. My why your underwear showing my
It's not. It's my I had two
your
shirts on.
undershirt?
We went
Oh,
to the gym.
okay.
You know, because
So
I can now go back there again.
good. So, but like since you've been in this house you went now, Ma, how many houses you seen? Answer the question, Ma. I had your face. How many you seen, Ma? And I know a number because I done been with you through some of the houses. So if the number too low, I'm gonna call you out, Ma.
At least seven.
How many have you purchased, Ma?
None, but
How many do you need, Ma?
wait, you want me to tell you this? Ask
Hmm.
me how many I looked at last night online.
That is like your favorite pastime. So needless to say, I have been into a lot of homes. And so my
I
parents would
hope
be,
no realtors watch this because when I call them, they'll be like, nah,
nah,
mm-mm,
she
mm-mm.
ain't doing that. She just filling out the energy. My mom be like, "Hey, I need you to fill out the energy in this home that we looking at buying." I know they're not gonna buy it, but I like filling out random energy anyway. So you know what? Yes, I'll go. And some of the homes look the most beautiful and have the worst histories and
Oh my
energy.
gosh, how about that big, beautiful one we looked at and you was like, uh-uh.
Of the one where currently in the same place where you live, That got the
Yes.
dead kids in the basement? Yes. And on the property?
N- Not that one, but the other one
Oh,
where somebody was killed themselves.
yes. And you can feel it all through the house. All through the house. So yes. So that's my other gift of like picking up energies and places. And so I think I told the story already, but when we were in Vancouver and we were staying there, like it's jet black in the house that we were staying in Vancouver. And I was laying in the bed and I had my little window open because I had the AC on and the AC unit goes out the window. And something taps my guy because my guys are like bodyguards. We don't play about me, right? And so something taps my bodyguard and was like, I want to approach. And I'm like, no, I'm tired. Because we had a whole shebang
Oh,
of things happen to
ordeal,
get to Vancouver.
ordeal.
Right. And I'm like, I'm tired. I don't want to do this. And it just keeps asking. And I just tell my spirit team, can y'all handle this? I really don't have the energy for it. And I roll over and go to sleep. I slept like a baby. Okay. I was feeling so good, was unworried the entire time because they don't play about me. So like it's just at the point where I can fill out the energy. If it was a problem, they would have moved me out. They've done it before, they would have done it then. But like I have this particular roommate who I've lived with on several occasions. Whenever I live with him, the way his team be showing out for no reason, and he don't even believe in none of this. None of this. We lived in a house in Longwood one time, and I was at home during the day by myself because he was out being him. Okay. And so I would hear two people talking outside of my door, my room door, all day long. And I'd be like, I can hear you, you know. And then they would stop. And it's like they would wait and they'd be like, and then they would just start again. So I was like, oh my God, make it stop. And then we lived, and I told him that one night we were drinking Moscato. He was like, every time I let a girl come in this house to drink Moscato, she talking about she seeing spirits. I'm like, we always see them. The Moscato just helps us make you feel better about it. Just that's all it does. And so we lived in a high rise in downtown together. And I go to bed early, especially when I have early morning. So I'm like going to bed at 5 p.m. Don't judge me, judge your mama. So I'm going to bed and I hear
He
I'm,
has
I'm like
always been like that, her and a brother. We gonna
I'm like
stay up till it's stay up till it's daytime. Why you sleep at 9:30 and he sleep at 10:30? Oh,
my
that has never listen. I tell people that all the time, and they're like, they've never been like the I said, if they did their wildness, it was never around me. I said, these are the
and we had to take a
children.
nap first
Yes,
because
always took a nap first. Always.
got to take a nap first. So,
Hey,
but
before we
I'm
start some shenanigans.
exactly. But I'm laying in bed and then I feel two giant energies beside me. And I can feel they're not bad or anything, but they're so big and they're taking up a lot of the space in the room. But one says, "I want to touch her," and the other was like, "No, man, don't touch her." And like the other's like, "Dog, I just want to touch her. I just want to touch her." And so the other was like, "Dog, don't do it, don't do it." So like they're having this conversation, like I'm not even there, but they think I'm asleep, so they don't know that I'm like feeling it.
They
And then
probably
like
don't know.
one
They probably don't know you can hear them.
exactly, and like one touches me on the arm, and I giggle. The other was like, "See," and they just disappear. But I'm like, bro, and then he comes home like, bro, you need to tell your spirit team to quit being weird. And so he's like, let me guess, you have Moscato in the house? Is there Moscato in this house, D? I'm like, no. There's no, actually, it was Moscato in the house. There was. I had brought some over, but I'm like, I don't know what it is. I said, but your spirit team, I said, and the funny thing is, you weren't even here. Why were they here? All the times you're not home, the spirit team is home. Why are they home when you're not home?
Because they know he up to some shenanigans.
They're like, don't go out there. You don't want to see. Just stay
You
here. Wait
don't
till
want
you.
to see nothing. Nothing he doing. Got sneaky feet and everything else.
Not you saying one of the spy names. Oh goodness. So yeah, so that's my other one. Reading energy. Um, people, places, and things. Recently I've come into this new gift, which I didn't know I had until an ex partner of mine went through a breakup. Not the one I'm hanging out with now. We went through a breakup, and he came to my house, and he was like, "I just need a friend." I was like, "Okay, cool." And he said, "Can you look at this picture and tell me what you're getting off of her?" And it's funny that this person asked me this because when we were together, they don't believe in any of this stuff. It's against their religion. Okay.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I was like, "That's interesting. How do you know I can do this?" Because at that point, this is not something I advertised. I was very new in it. He's like, can you just read it?" And I was like, "You are very comfortable asking me to do this thing that you never believed I could do, and that I have not told anyone in the world I'm doing." Interesting. And obviously I was able to do it because that was a gift. And mind you, I did not talk to this person at all. And so I just thought it was very interesting that they knew I had this gift when I had not told anyone I had this gift.
Why are you shocked?
I'm shocked that they knew how they knew.
Maybe they spirit team say you can act like you don't know, but you know,
Listen, but the way they spirit team ain't loyal, like at
because they be coming to you.
all like not no more. I'd be like, "Look, y'all can't be doing this. I got other things going on. I'm getting new energy in my life." So, but yeah, so that particular partner there, anytime they did something untoward, their spirit guy would come to me. You know what? Maybe it's just men spirit teams coming to me. They ain't loyal at all. So yeah. So so like those are the gifts that I've been really honing in on in my life. I don't know if there's new ones that I'm unaware of that are available,
Okay.
but I also have a rule with my team like y'all can't just show me dead people in real life. And they said, "Okay, how do you want us to do this?" And I said, "What you can do is you can show me in like images in my brain. So like dreaming, or you can come and touch me and let me show like see what happened in my head. But don't show me dead people in real life. Like if a grandma came up to me, like you just see her at the corner, walk through my house, she can have a house. I don't even need to be here. I can find somewhere
But it
else.
would be
That's serious.
but it would be your grandmama. You know, she
It's
would
not even that
never.
serious, ma. It's not that serious. That's her
She
house
would
anyway.
she would never hurt you.
Cause she know it don't matter. She gonna hurt me. We just don't do that. That's not how my soul speaks.
Wait a minute,
Amen.
as she used to say, it might not hurt me, but it's gonna make me hurt myself.
Amen. Right. Right. Amen. Amen. Cannot. Cannot do that. And my spirit team knows that. So in order for me to stay in the game, they have to always, so anytime energy wants to approach, they ask me. I ask it, what does it feel like? How do they feel? What is the energy? And if there's the energy I don't recognize, so like when I was in your house and I didn't recognize the energy, I went back to my hotel. I meditated on the energy. The energy stepped forward, explained itself, and then I was like, "Okay, this is what it is."
Well, what
So
was it?
no, not that energy.
Oh,
I,
okay.
the one where it was a collection of energy in the bathroom. Yeah. So stuff like that. So like my spirit team and I are very, very comfortable with each other. I know that they always have my best interest. And there are times where they'll say, like, "Hey, don't do that." And I'll be like, "No, I'm good. I'm gonna try it." And then when something happens and it scares me, they be like, "We
I
told you not to."
told you.
And that's happened before. That has happened before to me. So, but I knew I could trust my team during the whole Black Lives Matter movement. My former roommate, he's dead now. Don't worry, he doesn't come in real time either. He comes only in the dream state. But he was learning about
Did
Black
you
culture.
tell him not to come to you?
I did. He know the rules. He know the rules. I said you can only come in dream state. But he was learning about Black culture. And
Mm-hmm.
to him it was educational, but for me it was traumatic. So he was looking at like Black people being beat in the civil rights movement, the Rodney King, like he
Right.
was learning about, the trauma part of it. And
Right.
so I remember sitting outside. We had like this little bench you could sit on. And I remember him coming outside and saying, "Do you want to be alone or do you want company?" I said, "I just need a moment alone." And it was so cool because my spirit team showed me them all around me. And the
Mm-hmm.
main person I've had forever, he said, do you want me to show you my real face? And I said, no, thank you.
Why?
They don't have human faces, Ma.
How do you know they don't have human faces if you know
Because
if
I've seen it. So when I was in a better position to say yes, I saw him take off his human mask, and it was not a human face.
what did it look
Um,
like?
so one of them, you know, Gonzo from the puppets.
Yes.
One of them looks like Gonzo. And then I had this really cool dream, which I oh my goodness, I love this dream. We were at like what looked like a masquerade ball, but then I realized that everyone there was my spirit team, and it wasn't a masquerade ball. It was just all the different faces and beings of the spirit team.
Oh wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah, but it was a ton of people there. And then and the only reason I realized it was them showing me who they were is because they said you're the guest of honor. And I was like, "Oh." But it wasn't creepy. It wasn't creepy. It sounds creepy when I say it out loud, but it wasn't creepy. Cuz they had everything feeling warm, so it wasn't creepy.
I'm
But
not
I was
like,
like,
"Oh."
yeah, and they're like, "We're all here for you." But that's when they made the comment of like um something about warriors need a whole army.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm just trying to lay in my room until I got to get up and go to the bathroom and go back in bed. Like I was, but
Why
it was like,
y'all here?
right, they're like warriors in an army, and I was like, oh, okay. So that's when Mel came through and
Okay.
how he introduced himself to me, and I was like, he bust out laughing because he said Legion, and I was like, bro. And he was like, no, no, not like that, not like that. I was like, you got to be more specific.
You need to let me know. Like really
Mm-hmm.
know.
So I'm trying to think. I think that's pretty much all the gifts I really work with right now.
Okay, but what I need you to do is also let them know that you see other people's spirits like male.
Mm-hmm.
You
So
need
yeah,
to.
yeah. So one of the beautiful things about having that connection with your spirit team is you can have your spirit team talk to somebody else's spirit team. And like good, bad, ugly. Right? Your spirit team will be like, nah, 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 they ain't legit. Don't do that. Don't do that. And so, but whenever someone else's spirit team needs them to have a message, my spirit team will be like, just tell them something. Tell them this thing. Now, unfortunately, this is not great when you're just trying to live a normal life. So like I was trying to get a facial done the first time. And the lady goes, she's talking about God and everything. And I'm not a Christian, but I listen. I'm listening. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds great. I'm trying to get a facial. And she goes, I can tell that you can see things. What
Mm,
do you see around me? I'm like, ma'am, I'm just here for a facial. She's like, no, no, no. But what do you see around me? My eyes are closed. I am getting a facial. And I'm like, I'm just here for a facial. Like, what do you see? And she's like, no, I just do me. So I was like, this is weird. So then my other facialist, who actually is real cool, she is Cuban. Me and her hit it off immediately. She's like, oh, your energy, it's a vibe. I'm vibrating just hanging out with you. But just the way she approached it, it felt non-intrusive. And so I actually hang out with her. She's like 72, but I hang out with her.
mm-hmm.
Ma,
What?
stay focused.
Why are you trying to tell people without telling people that I have a
Ma,
temperament?
but we can see your glasses, Ma. Really? And then you have people like your mom that you just know. No spirit team necessary. You just know. You just know. Because in another
No,
life, she
but
probably
no,
was
but
your
hey, wait a
child.
minute. Cuban woman, 71. Come on.
72.
72. See, I was
That's my
close.
homegirl.
72.
She's in a coven now. So yeah, she's in a coven. I don't know like her coven. I think they're all older. Um, so yeah.
Like
She
like Agatha.
oh no. I know she does Wicca, but also more Santeria because she's Cuban.
Mm-hmm.
She does more Santeria, but she has a stalker who's making her life Hades right now.
At 72.
It was an ex-boyfriend. Mm-hmm. But look, she fine. She's still killing it. She killing the game.
You still got somebody at 72 stalking you.
Listen, at my 72, it's gonna be a light stock. He gonna know exactly where I'm at all the time. She in bed sleep. She just went to the bathroom. She back in bed. Like it's gonna be a light stalk. Light stalk.
Listen, listen. At 72, at 72, I'm like, you better leave me the heck alone.
That's what she is. But so the person who's stalking her is like high up in Centuria. He been in the game for at least like 30 years.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. He not new to this. He true to this. So that's why I'd
Mm.
be like, if I'm undercover, like nobody's gonna be like focusing on me. Although I'm not gonna lie, I've had people who have attacked me, and I've had like other entities attack me in my sleep, and I wake up and I can still feel the 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 bruise or the whatever. Like one time, one thing bit me in the top of my head in my dreams when I was like trying to banish it, and I woke up and the top of my head was still hurting. I was like, this little son of a biscuit eater. Um, but our pastor taught us how to fight demons.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is wild that a lot of people don't learn that. But our pastor was like, you need to be equipped.
We, our pastor was ahead of his time. I
Mm-hmm.
really do think
And
so.
some things, yes.
Yes. He was old fashioned, but I'm saying like with his ministry, remember how he would always say, like somebody was like, it need you need to move faster, and he was like, why am I going to give food to a baby? I was like, whoop.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, he'd say he told him. I bet you sit down now and won't say nothing, won't you?
Mm-hmm. Now we going over the same topic because you ain't chewing right. Like stuff like that. It's like,
Exactly, exactly.
tell him.
He's
Tell
like,
him.
why am I gonna give you a steak when you ain't got no teeth? I was like, oh
Mm-hmm.
no, he didn't slap somebody. And whoever it was, I hope they were sitting in church. But
I'm sure
anyway,
they was. I'm sure they was.
because he
I'm
wouldn't have
sure
said it if they weren't.
we could probably figure out who it was because it's probably the
I
same
Yes.
6 people who was there every Sunday. And they was there that day. They was there that day.
Oh my,
He pulled no punches, call us out all the time.
never,
Especially our
never.
family. Be like, some of y'all in here be cussing people out on the church ground. See you at the gas station, you cussing people out there. My granddaddy in Will. In Will. Yeah.
Hey, he listen. I told you that time he was probably like, no, she didn't. When I remember he had said he he will be in the store and people will try to wait him out so they can buy their cigarettes and their lotto tickets. I was like, I didn't even buy lotto tickets back then. But when I saw him, I said, hey, how you doing? You and so on, Mr. So no, Deacon so and so. I said a box of Newport 100 cent a box and 2 quick picks, please.
Cause I promise our family got defiant personality disorder. Like the moment someone be like,
You
"Don't be
think
doing it," while
so?
I'm,
You that hurt.
you couldn't even line drink at the same time. You know what? Your body was like, "We can't do both. We got to lie or drink. We can't do them
Oh my
both."
gosh. But you really think it's a defiant spirit?
Yes, yes, I do. But he actually is the reason I don't cuss because he said a mouth that prayer shouldn't utter curses, and I always want to
Yes,
speak
he
life
did
into
say that.
people.
That he
Yeah,
did say that.
it's a verse in the Bible, and I was like, you know what? Let me change my life because I can cuss you without saying a cuss word. So I
Cut
got
you
to
off
do
at the
better.
kneecaps.
Mm-hmm. And I pull on my Southern grandmother in these moments. And a good bless your heart will do a lot more to some people than some
Yes,
other things, right? So it's like,
that
ooh,
is true.
ooh, yeah, yeah.
I
And then
love
the
that.
Nigerian saying like,
What
ooh,
is it?
knowledge is chasing you, but you are quicker. You'd be like, dang,
Oh,
see,
that's a good one.
it is, it is. So, okay, my ADHD has taken over. Where do
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
but so I think that one of the weirdest things that happened to me at grandma and granddaddy home. I don't know why grandma and granddaddy didn't tell you, so I'm gonna tell you. and then also the one that happened at y'all house. I told you something kept removing me from grandma and granddaddy's bed. What's that? Is that
David.
David?
Hmm.
Hey, David.
Say hey.
I heard it. So when I was around five-ish, something kept 5 or 4. Something kept removing me from grandma and granddaddy's house. Hey, David. You don't want to hear this story, David. You want to sleep good at night.
Did she say you
Okay,
want to
I
sleep
love
good
you.
at night?
That's the exit.
So the first time they removed me from their bed, um, we were confused because, well, I was always confused the whole time. I'm a child. So grandma and granddaddy didn't believe what I said at first. They found me outside, and I said there was this giant man with the upper body of a fish. And they were like, you were sleepwalking. And I said, but my feet are not dirty. And that's when they were like, she's right. But it couldn't get me past the goat pen. This is how you know we live in the country. I said goat pen with a straight face. It couldn't get me past the goat pen. So the next time, mind you, they're locked. They have that deadbolt up top. So once you in, you're
Mm-hmm.
in, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I was too short to reach the deadbolt. The deadbolt was still intact. There's no way someone could have come in, taken me out the bed, and then put the deadbolt because the deadbolt was on the inside. So then it happened again, but because I had bit the man the first time, the thing, I don't know what it was. He so the first time he like put me over like a sack of potatoes. So I screamed, kicked, and I bit him the first time. Salty. Like literally he was salty. He was also mad, so also salty. So then the second time, he drugged me out of the house. And so literally my little maroon nightgown was drug all the way up from where he drugged me out of the house. He couldn't get me past the goat pen for some reason. And I thought that was odd. So then by this time, grandma and granddaddy found me outside because I was screaming. This time, granddaddy started sleeping in the living room. He would sleep in the lazy boy that was facing the door, the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
if anything happened, he could see me. He said, he was like, Newt Nanny couldn't have gotten out of the room because I would have seen her come down the hall. He said, I didn't see her come down the hall. Next thing I heard, she's screaming in the room that no one used that became the dining room. She's screaming in the dining room in front of the refrigerator and she's peeing on herself in front of the fridge. And he said, I would have seen her. She would have come down the hall because I'm facing the hall. You know how the chair was faced,
Mm-hmm.
lazy boy. And he
Mm-hmm.
said, but there's no way unless it like somehow she went through the doors, like through the hall closet and the bathroom to
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
dining room. And so from that moment, whenever I spent the night there, he never slept in the bedroom. He like would stay in the living room to like see if he can see me. But that thing couldn't get me outside without going in front of granddaddy.
Well, you know that if they would have told me that, I'd have been like, she can't stay.
That's probably why I ain't say nothing. They were like, she already think the house haunted. So.
I know the house was haunted.
But
Oh my
like
gosh.
now that I'm older, looking back, I don't necessarily think that it was something evil, but I also don't know what it was trying to do with me.
But you know what? Can I tell you something? I the fish person is not new. That's all I got to tell you.
What you mean he's not new?
The fish
My
person the fish person wasn't new. We've seen the fish. Me and Denise and Rodney saw the fish person.
so how come he ain't try to take y'all?
Would you two have took us when we were younger?
I mean, but me,
You listen. You were
I was
you were
nice.
you were sweet, and we were
And I was
like,
gonna tell everybody everything. I'd be like, at exactly 9:27, because we passed the 8-track player on the way out. Okay. And it's at 9:27 p.m.
oh my god! You know it's a shame that you know the 8-track tape.
They had one. We had the best music on that thing. And we had a vinyl player.
Oh my gosh! But yeah,
So yeah.
the fish man isn't new, but he didn't try to take us.
What did he try to do with y'all? Did he
He
just make
just
himself known?
he just made himself known
What area in the house was he?
in the hall.
Maybe he owned the
In
hall.
maybe he did. No, the triangle head person.
Well, now that I know this is a small thing, I'm like, why didn't y'all just kick it? I would have kicked that thing. I would have punted it.
Something doing like this down the hall?
Kicked it.
Heck no. And,
I would have just kicked. If he would have stuck to my leg, I would have just banged it against the wall.
oh
Let's take
God,
it all
no,
out. Like, bro,
no,
you're not gonna keep terrorizing me in my own house.
no.
I don't pay rent here, but my parents do. Like, no, you're not gonna do that. You're
Listen,
not gonna.
I'll listen. We we felt like if we kept our eyes closed, it couldn't hurt us. So we would be going down the hall like this.
And he doing the same thing. I've been watching this.
Open your eyes, little girl. Open your eyes.
Waiting on you. So yeah, so that was like probably my scariest thing that I experienced there
Okay,
because
so I
other than
have.
that,
So what? So why do you think the goat pen?
I honestly don't know. And I
Because
wouldn't put
something
it
had to be
past
stopping him.
that's like I would like it almost felt like either A, he couldn't go past it, and maybe he thought if he had someone from the house, he could go past it,
No, I think that something
or
would
is
be
warded.
let. Yeah.
I wouldn't be
I,
surprised if grandma warded the house.
that's what I was thinking too. Because there is no way that he would stop there if
Mm-hmm.
he could. If he could have taken you further.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't know.
I'm thinking that okay, because you know that where our house was like I don't know if it was my grandmom and granddaddy's house, but it was somebody else's house. It
What do you
was
mean?
like before mom and daddy's house there, we were raised in like a wood frame house.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I seen my granddaddy and my grandmama.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if it was like some kind of Indian thing or African thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
To stop, to stop, to stop it from taking you any further.
So
That's what
maybe
I'm
they
saying.
knew it was a portal, but they had it contained.
I told you that there was something. Do you remember where? And see, I'm so glad mom and them are gone because we put their business on the street. Remember where they used to have the water running out of the washing machine?
Mm-hmm.
Where that Yakadu plant was, that little
Mm-hmm.
sticky plant. That was that when I was 15 and I found out I was pregnant and I prayed that I didn't want to be pregnant and I went to sleep and I dreamt that those same two people that I had seen when I was a little girl came and took my baby. I don't know if they took it from my stomach, but I was still pregnant and they were
Mm-hmm.
like, "Well, you don't want him, we'll take him." And then they
Mm-hmm.
took him and they were walking like they were, you know how you see like a scary movie
Like a
when
yeah, walking down the stairwell, but it's in the ground.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes. And I was like screaming and everything. And when I woke up, I was like, okay, baby's still there. And I was like, okay, I will never say that again. I will never
Mm-hmm.
say that I don't want my child.
They was making you double down. They was like,
You
okay, say
you don't
less.
want him? We'll take him.
We'll take them. And you was like,
Yeah,
oh God, of all the people. They
the
was
dead
like, no, we
people.
got it, bro.
Yes, and that's exactly how I was like, oh, we got him. We'll take
Mm-hmm.
him. And I was like, no, no, you can't have him. Well, you don't want him. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
that's exactly how it was. That's why I'm wondering. I'm wondering how many portals were there, and what stopped him or it at the goat pen.
I don't know. And I wonder, so when we talk about the property, the hunting property, like
Mm-hmm.
in a couple episodes, I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
bring up the same wonder.
Okay.
And like and I part of me is questioning, are these things some type of guardians, or are our guardians keeping it so it's contained? But if it was contained, why would they allow it to still like mess with us? Is it just because we're sensitive?
Maybe so. Maybe so. Because you know, other people cannot be affected, or maybe they're affected and they just see it as bad luck or this happened to me, when we see what it is and you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
But
that's
my former partner who was like, nah, like once they heard it, ooh, which is probably how they also knew my gifts though. They were sensitive.
hmm hmm that's
They
right.
were sensitive. We had another that particular partner and I had another thing happen, which is where I probably should have been like, girl. So we were in our apartment, sleep, knocked out. Life was life, and we was exhausted. And we heard a noise. And we could not find where this noise was coming from.
You both heard it?
Yes.
Okay.
It was an alarm that woke us up. And you know, I don't do alarms. And they did
Right.
alarms, but their alarm don't sound like this. And
Okay.
we looked and we finally went to our closet. This is when we lived at Villas at Pinecrest.
Okay.
We finally went to our closet, opened a drawer. It was a Nokia that they had not had in 4 years.
Yes.
Completely dead Nokia was going off. At the very moment it went off, we heard someone hit his car and then drove off. Hit his truck, drove off. It was
hmm
only because that happened at that exact time we were able to go outside and see who hit it
hmm
because the alarm went off.
hmm
And I'm like, this phone has been dead for years. And in the middle
hmm
of the night, it goes off.
hmm
And he was like, I need you to stop. Tell your people we're not doing that here. And I was like, but also now we know who hit your vehicle. And we were able to find them the next day.
Wow. Were they in
Yeah.
the neighborhood? Did they
They're in the
live there?
neighborhood. They were in the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, but like his spirit guide and my spirit guide talked, but his spirit guide was very particular in saying like you can never completely get rid of like the two of us as far as like because like sometimes whenever a spirit guide attaches to you who's not yours, you can do a cord cutting to be like, I release you, blah, blah, blah. And mine was like, you can do it if you want, but it's not going to do nothing. And then it showed me why. So it showed me in a dream, like why we were connected. And then it showed me in other timelines, like parallel universes, why we were connected. And it was like,
Can I
you're never
ask
going to
or
be able
can
to.
I not ask?
You can ask.
Why?
So the initial dream, I think I told you this. I woke up so emotional because it was so sad once I realized what had happened. The initial dream is me and two little boys. We're all little kids. I can't be more than 8 years old. So it's me and these two little boys. We're trying to escape from being hunted in Africa. And our families have said, just follow the river. Just follow the river. And so we're trying to follow the river to safety, but we're being chased. And the youngest brother, who I'm guessing is brother, I don't know if they were not my siblings, but I don't know
Okay.
if they were siblings to each other. It seemed like I was supposed to marry them, like when I got older. When I got
Okay.
older. So as in like our families are going to marry, I don't
Right.
know. But and it was their job to protect me no matter where we ended up.
hmm
And the younger brother said, I can't go with you anymore, but I can hold them off. And then he shows me his face, and his face is now like a baboon. And then it reminded me of the Lion King. I'm getting emotional talking about it because it reminded me of the Lion King. You know, Rafiki had the cane.
The hmm
Rafiki means friend in Swahili, by the way.
Okay.
So he goes, I can hold them off. And that's when he shows me he has died somewhere along the way of us traveling.
He's a
So
guy. He's one of your guys.
he has died.
Oh.
So
Oh.
while we were traveling, so at one point we were like in this hollowed out tree, waiting for them to not be able to like smell us anymore because they had dogs. So we're waiting to not be detected anymore. So we're in this hollowed out tree. Some point between the hollowed out tree and us trying to keep moving and then they getting our scent again, he died. He was killed or he died. I don't know which one. And he said, I can hold them off. And so apparently the baboon spirit is a protector spirit. And you'll notice that there's some tribes that will like paint masks that looks like baboons. And so that's what he did when he said, I'll hold you off. And so then it goes to an alternative timeline where we have like an apartment in front of UCF. And this person and I, we were together, but now we're divorcing in the dream. And he says, I have to make sure you're safe. Everything you need, I will provide. Here's your apartment. Everyone here is okay to be around you. I've already done all the work. And so at the end of the dream, it shows me several timelines. But the guide goes, I was the third one here. I'm going to always protect the both of you. So I can't leave you. So the guide, his guide in this lifetime was the younger brother in that lifetime.
That died.
Mm-hmm. Protecting us.
Oh, wow.
So we're
So
always
you're,
going to be connected.
I was going to say, so you're always going to be tied to him one way or the other.
Correct. Correct. So I'm always, so the guy's always going to feel comfortable coming to me, even though I'm like, bro, don't come to me no more. I don't rock with him like that. He's like, you don't got a choice. I have to make sure y'all are both okay, or y'all are both connected. Isn't that
Okay.
wild?
It is wild.
So yeah.
So
So that's
answer
why the
this.
code corn ceremony didn't work.
Have you, did you,
I did not
did
tell the
you,
person this at all.
yes, you
No.
didn't? Okay.
Unnecessary. They don't need to know. They do not need to know at all. No. No, no, no. But that worked for me though. So that's where one of those things where like the dreams really helped. But
Mm-hmm.
also like for like 2 years, I started getting dreams about living on other planets. I told you about this though.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started getting a connection between me, you, and Brandon.
And what is that?
The one where I said we couldn't all be together.
Oh God, yes. That's hurt.
Yeah.
Yes.
So like it was like I was getting so much like past life. Oh, that's another gift, I guess. Past life regression on self. I haven't tried on another person. I don't want to. I feel like I'm not there yet. But being able to see a lot of my past lives. And I was talking to my homeboy with the praying father recently.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to him and we're just talking, he was just asking like what kind of cool gifts I got. I don't know how we got on the subject. We talk a lot now. But I was telling him about how when I got back into the spiritual journey and my spirit guides, like one day they got emotional and I was like, what's going on? And they're like, we've never been this far before. We've always died. We've always killed ourselves. And I was
Mm.
like, well, I'm glad we're good. Like, what do you say to that?
Do you think that when you didn't remember when David came and got you from Orlando? Do you
Yeah,
think
attempted suicide.
do you think that was supposed to be like, or is that like the age that it usually happens in?
Yes. I would say between 25 and under. I was 18 then. So I would say 25 and under because in one past life, I was a woman with children, but back then, children, like women had kids earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And like she did a very similar thing to how I was had
Mm-hmm.
planned that thing to go. I never tell anyone how it was because I don't want people to be like, that's the perfect way to do it. So like very similar thing. But yes, I think it was around that age. And then
Okay.
life tried to murk me again at 29 with cancer. So it was like, if she can get past this, huh, she may just live this time. So like, I feel like that's kind of what it's been, where it's like, okay, so this happened at 33. They were like, we've never been this far before. They got emotional. I was like, oh my God, we're gonna make it. I don't know what we're gonna make it to, but they were emotional, so I got emotional, right? So I don't know.
That
But
was
just
pretty cool.
yeah, just that language of being able to communicate like that has just been really cool. So yeah. But I'm also open for more gifts. So
You don't want mine, you'll be like, nah, dog, I'm good. I don't
listen,
I don't need to stand beside somebody and know.
I I don't know, mine. I don't
Oh,
think
wait a
I would
minute.
mind.
All right, wait a minute. Remember when I told you that my husband's aunt took me to this
Psychic medium.
yes, medium,
Mm-hmm.
and the whole went because it was like dinner, then you sit down, and after dinner, that's when they started the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how you could just notice somebody looking at you, and I was like, "What in the world is it?" Wait a minute, and you know the first thing that comes to my head, she's looking at me
It's because
because
I'm
I'm
black.
yes, and there's only like one other black person here,
Mm-hmm.
so she's probably looking at me like, "What the heck?
And
Why
it
are
wasn't
you?"
the aunt. The aunt is white. As you just saw,
Right?
my dad is white.
Yes, yes, yes. So finally she comes up to me and she says there's a big man with you.
Mhm.
And she was like, is it your father? And that's when daddy was still alive. And
And he ain't a big man.
he is not a big man. He is a little man. I mean,
Mhm.
he may be a big man, what you call it? Like,
Personality wise, energy
yes,
wise.
that's
Mm-hmm.
it. Personality, energy wise, but he was not.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, can't be my daddy. You know, can't be my daddy. I said, for one, he's not a big man. He's not dead. And she said, well, all I know is that this man is saying that that you were there when he died. I'm a nurse.
You're
I'm a
there when a lot of people die,
right. And that's what I told her.
unfortunately.
You know, I said, I'm a nurse. I said, and I said, I've been there when a lot of people died. She said, well, he is always with you. He never, he never leaves you. And she said, he's like your protector. So when you told me male, I was like, could it be,
Mm.
could it
I don't
be
know. And you wouldn't know because you worked in the prison system where you don't really know people's first names like that.
right? And I mean, but could a once live person be a spirit guide like
Yeah,
that?
because so like from what I have been shown, and I'm not trying to
Mhm.
infringe on people's religion, from what I have been shown, whenever we die, we have the option of choosing to do this again and picking our team or becoming an ascended master soul to help our team, like team leaders will say, right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
sometimes your team leaders can be spirit guides. So it can be someone from another lifetime. She didn't say it had to
Okay.
be this lifetime. That's the tricky
Okay.
part. So
Okay.
like how when you always talk about how another lifetime I was the mom and you were my child, right?
Yeah.
We've
Yes.
agreed to that plan. Like we said, all right, we're gonna do this again. We're gonna try and grow. This time around, I need you to be this person. So like one of the writers in the writers group that I had who got caught on the mountain, she wrote something recently. I think I told you this. I did tell you this because you was like, oh man, that's hard to think about. And she said, I have to come to terms with the fact that I chose my abusers.
Oh, yeah. You did tell me that. Yeah.
Because we made these plans because we knew it would be what we needed to grow our soul in that way. Because we're always
Right.
trying to grow our soul. So no matter
Right.
what planet we reincarnate on, no matter how we reincarnate, we have the same spirit team and everyone plays a role in order for all of us to grow the most.
Okay. But
So
all right.
yes.
But do okay. All right. Just say me and you, we're back to square one. Can
Mm-hmm.
I just say I ain't doing this time? I'm gonna just be somebody's spirit guide. Do you have that
Once
option?
we yeah, so once you die and y'all start choosing a team, yes. So you got the same spirit team though. I don't know if they got to vote like, yeah, we're gonna have her do it. They're like, nah, bro, we saw what happened last time. She ain't gonna be spirit guide material. Like, I don't know how that works, but
That's what I'm wondering. It could it be one of those that you're like, nah, I'm not coming back human this time. I'm gonna be your spirit guide.
I heard a lot of people say I don't want to do the human simulation anymore.
I'm
I,
serious.
mm-hmm.
I mean, if I can just like help you, you know. and
Ma,
not have
but
to.
I can't see you being like, I just want to help her from afar. That's not you, Ma.
Well, not if
You
it's
I don't put
you.
me down there.
'Cause
That's my baby. Like, no, Ma, you
that
doing the
you better
most.
believe it. I'll be like,
See, that's how you got here
no,
right there. That's how you got
no,
here.
she is not, she is not going through that mess again.
That's how you got here right here.
You
And they
said
was
that's
like,
what
well,
it's.
mm-hmm. I was doing something the other day because I was telling my therapist I did not reincarnate for this life. And then I was doing something the other day talking to some friends. And I was like, I'm in a good place, but all of my friends are going through, or people around me are going through something that I've already
Mm-hmm,
been through. So, like my student with the cancer, my homie
mm-hmm.
with the divorce, like all these different things that I've already been through. And I'm like, girl, not you lying, because I can definitely see myself like, no, I'll go through it first so I can help them when it's their turn.
Yep, that's it. That's you all the
I said, if
way.
you don't shut your overachieving behind down next time,
Sit down somewhere.
right, back still. Like, I was like, it was in that moment, I was like, girl, you did choose this. You knew this whole time I was going to be trash. And you was like, no, I'll go through it so I can help them.
That's it. At least you know, babe. At
It was
least
in
you
that
know.
moment. I was like, this is some foolishness. So, yeah.
Yep. That's my baby. Let me go through it so I can help. When really you're supposed to be saying, nah, dog, I don't want none of that.
I'm good on this. I'm going to sit this one out, bro. Like, that's what I need to be saying. I'm going to sit this
I'm
one
gonna sit
out.
this one out.
I'm going to be a cheerleader from the sideline. Like,
Because I don't
I'm,
want, hey, look, I want to sit back and say, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even
mm-mm.
understand it.
So, but
Hey,
yeah, so
I don't understand none of that.
none of that. None of that. You don't want me in that role. But I think though, that's why I didn't have to be a parent this go around. So I was like, nah, bro, I'm good. I'm good on that. We did that before. It's good. She got way too much mouth. You know what? She said she can do it better. Let her be the mama. Go ahead. Let her do it. Let her
See,
do it.
and you actually let me do that.
Mm-hmm. Because sometimes I can show you better than I can tell you. So it's definitely I could just see us up arguing the whole time. She was my mom and she let me do nothing. She was telling me what to do like she grown. Okay. She grown. Let her be grown. I can just see it. I can see it.
Okay, so the aunt and I hadn't been able to really do that and since mama left, but mama's sister that her house got messed up in a tornado last year.
Mm.
So she comes to the memorial with she gets a lace front.
I saw it. It was cute though.
It was cute.
Looking just
But
like your sister.
yes. And when she came in, I said, and who gave you permission to do all this?
But
And she was like, and I said, don't break your neck shaking your head.
it's
And
funny because typically she doesn't look that feminine.
right. Oh
Mm-hmm,
my
mm-hmm.
God. Yes. That is
And
see,
that's
you
when I
said
realized I'm like, they all turn into the same person when they get older. But she looked just
yes.
like Auntie Niecy Niece.
Yes.
The namesake and everything.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. But they kept saying, oh my gosh, you look like Dot. Oh my gosh, you look just like your
The
mom.
other aunt looked just like her too.
Yes. And she, to me, okay, listen, she, to me, is like, has always been
Just very
please,
sweet.
just sweet and like
Mm-hmm.
the cutest one of all. But
Cause she was
her,
the baby too, though, ma.
yes,
Like I almost didn't reckon. I was like, how she look just like all of them? But yeah, she
she
was the
was the
baby, so
baby.
that's why she
Mhm.
got to be in her soft girl era forever.
And she is just the cutest, and just so
Mm-hmm.
sweet. She's like, you look just like my sister. You look just like that. I was like, do you really think so? She's like, baby, you look. She's like, I can see Henry in there, but you look just like Dot. I was like, she's like, yeah, I can see some Henry in there, but you look just like Dot. The
That's
older
hilarious.
the older you get, the more you look like Dot. I was like,
Mhm.
really? You think so? She's like, yes. I was like,
I feel like at some point, the older everybody get, they all look the same. Cause I was like, wow, yeah, yeah.
but listen,
So
but whenever people say you look like me, I'm just like, Okay, I see it sometime. And you know what is so funny? Well, we talk about this all the time. Is that I see Brandon also when I look at myself. So
Ma, yeah, because you and Brandon do look alike. But we
okay,
don't
but
look
me
nothing
and you
alike.
wait, but me and you look alike. But you
Yes,
and
Ma,
him
we
don't
do.
look nothing alike.
At all.
It's weird. But that's
I feel like he may be adopted. Like I know you had him first, but also, like, are you
he's
sure?
adopted. But you know what? But it's so funny because he is a lot more emotional than you are.
Yeah. Ma, I'm an Aquarius.
What does that mean?
We thugs. What do you mean?
You done made me about knock my glasses off. I'm so over your behind.
Everybody who knows astrology, they're gonna be like, yup. But that's how Aquarius. Like, so the way Aquariuses are, is like we're the water bearers. So like we're good at navigating emotions so that we
Okay.
don't that we're never seen as emotional or over emotional.
Okay.
So that's why Aquarius is like, we'll have a whole lot of emotions, but we'll be like, that's interesting.
Yep, that is you. That's different. I'm like, why you ain't got more emotions than that? Come on.
How y'all be
Yeah, but
talking about the baby, the only one that called like, so my leg fell off or whatever. I went to the hospital. I drove myself. It's fine. I'm here. They're gonna put it back on.
y'all don't have to come, but they said I have meningitis. Y'all don't have to come.
Not to
We
use in
got
real life moments. I was using a hypothetical, Mom. You went
you
and got
don't
a
have to
real life
you
moment.
look, you don't have to come. I probably got meningitis. I can't probably move my neck. You know, they might have to do exploratory surgery, but you ain't got to
I was good. I was good.
no, you wouldn't.
And just like when I was telling my students when we talk about the cancer story, like when I sent y'all the message, don't freak out, I got cancer, and you called me cussing me out, I was like, she did not read a text message, basically. Just like, what the F you mean? Don't freak out. I was like, Ma, I said don't freak out. So yeah. I was
Because
just
you're
real
my
chill about it.
because you're my I mean, you're mine. I mean, that's the same thing. Brandon tell me stupid stuff like, when I tell you this, don't get upset. I'm
Ma,
already
well, when
upset
Brandon
too.
says it, it's legit, Ma.
Oh, so cancer was not legit.
Ma, but I didn't say like when I tell you this, like I did something. I didn't do it. The cancer did me. I didn't do it.
You
Brandon,
know
he
what?
did it.
Listen. Whenever he say that, I will always say, "Do you really need to be saying this on the phone?"
Right. Brandon did it. Whatever it is, he definitely did it, Ma.
When I tell you this, oh God, and that's what I say.
Like, this is illegal. Just come to the house. Don't even
Yeah,
say it out
yeah,
loud.
don't do
And
not
we're gonna
say
walk in
it.
the woods when you tell me.
We're gonna
Like
leave the phones in the house, and we are not. Listen, we're gonna make sure we're gonna look around. We gonna draw. Hey, we gonna do a salt circle, and then we're gonna get in the
not
middle
the
of
sauce. We don't even want the spirit team in here. Y'all get out real quick. Get out real quick.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. So yes. So that was a fun episode. Now I'm thinking about the salt circle. Y'all in the woods. I just see it. Y'all in the middle of the goat field with the salt circle. Now, what you said you did? Wait, let's go to the hunting property. Hold on.
Oh my God. Yeah, we'll be more
Y'all in the middle of walking
protected.
faster. Just hold on. Let's go to
More
the
protected.
graveyard. Like,
Oh my
I said it one more time.
God. Oh my
Oh my
God.
goodness. That's so funny.
My
All
children.
right.
That's where my gray hair comes from y'all. Can I
Ma,
say
it's from
something real
us.
quick? Wait, real quick,
Mhm.
then I'm gonna
Go
let them
ahead.
go.
No,
All right.
like you on the phone. I'm gonna let y'all go.
Hold
Hold
on.
on.
Okay, remember when you said that you could hear the two voices outside the door? I thought about
Mm-hmm.
you and Brandon when y'all were little. You get her. You wake up. No,
You
you
wake
get her.
up.
You wake up. I'm like, oh my gosh, would y'all just open the door? Because y'all have woke me up.
We woke
You
up debating whether or not who's gonna wake you up. But Ma, you know what's funny? We
what?
woke you up doing that, but an alarm hate to see you coming because it's gonna be on for 30, 45 minutes and they're not gonna wake you up.
Well, because
But
I had
us.
the listen, I had the mama alarm. well, you don't know,
I don't know.
but you sleep light because y'all. All right, I didn't want the front door opened. I knew when y'all were in the refrigerator. I knew when y'all were in the bathroom. I was like light sleeping, but sleeping. And as soon as y'all came to the door, y'all be doing that. You she said not to wake up. You know she worked all night long. She got to go to work in a few hours. I'm like, why? Why, Lord? Lord, I just need like 3 or 4 hours of sleep. That's all I need, Lord. And they standing in front of the door for you. You knock on the door. No, you knock on the door. You
Oh goodness. But also, this is why I didn't want to be a parent this go
up here
around.
at
I
this
was like, you
time.
know what? The way I love sleep, like it's a drug I can't get enough of. I don't know how y'all be doing it with children. I can't. Like,
Listen,
it's a rough life.
I had 3 jobs and 2 children, and y'all, and all, and I just remember just saying, if they would let me sleep like 3 or 4 hours, I can make, another 8 hour shift. I can do it.
Mm. I got 2 and 2 half jobs and no kids, and I still be trying to call out sometimes. Be like, how can I get these students something to do that doesn't involve me being there? Like, cause that's not for me. I'm in my soft child free
Soft,
era.
what is it called? Soft
Soft
life.
life. Soft life, hard wig. The hair is hard. It is old. Okay. So yeah, I'm definitely in my soft life era this go around. I was like, I can't be responsible for anything except plants. And then even sometimes it's a little shady because they will die. And you know what? But they are forgiving or they'll just be gone. No one cares if plants die. Now, if it was a
Oh,
dog
don't
or a
say that's
child,
horrible. Don't say that.
do you know how many plants I killed, Ma?
No, don't want to know.
See? Now, if I had a dog, would you know how many dogs I'd killed?
Yes.
I rest my
It's
case. I rest my case. See, that's why. That's why. Okay. So how come I sit down and never have any sage or anything to burn? You know what? We fine. We're not gonna burn nothing still. This is another lighthearted conversation. There was
very.
nothing interesting to make you be like, let me go and burn everything in my house just in case something went on. But I will cleanse the space anyway. So thank you all for listening. Any hearers or seers of this conversation, may nothing attach itself to you. May all of your energy that you have spent watching this, thank you for it, be returned to you, and we reclaim our energy as well. For our next episode, what are we getting into? Let me see. Don't worry, I'll look mine. Don't worry.
Thank you.
All right, so next episode we're gonna talk about the hunting property. And so, like, the hunting property is my favorite story, even though it's only like one story, but it's just the only one that confirms that we're not crazy from my grandfather's perspective.
Because
So,
he didn't believe in any of, well, I don't know if he believed in it, but he didn't practice, didn't want to know about it, any of that.
and he was like, "What religion was Granddaddy at that one time where he didn't want to
Methodist.
celebrate no holidays?"
Oh no, that's why can I say it?
Yeah,
Wide World Church of God would that's who we were.
is that where all the men was in the church together? And when they was in Chiefland, it was all men.
No, no, this was in
Oh,
Gainesville. It was a
okay. And when you were
big,
younger,
yes, big
okay.
church. Big.
Is that when he started celebrating Christmas?
Yes. And Rodney used to cry when the teachers, because Mama had already told him, whenever you do anything about Christmas or any
It's
holidays,
pagan.
it set him outside, or send him to the
Mm.
library. And the teachers would say, so you can't be in here. We don't sell Christmas no more.
I'm sorry. If you knew my uncle, you see why that was funny. That's hilarious. Aw. Okay.
Oh my
Okay. So yeah,
God.
so next week we'll talk about that. And so then we're gonna get into everyday hoodoo is what I want to
Okay.
add to the list because that's why I asked about the religion because he was saying that. Meanwhile, the whole house running on everyday hoodoo.
Thank
So
you.
so we're gonna get into that next time. Thank y'all. Have a great night. Bye.
Bye. Have a great week.